Welcome to the Realty Rundown, the podcast that cuts through the noise of the real estate world. Your hosts, seasoned industry experts Nick and Nate, are here to guide you through the entire process. Each week, they're breaking down the latest market trends, decoding complex jargon, and sharing insider secrets you won't find anywhere else. Whether you're buying your first home, selling a property, or building an investment portfolio, we provide the clear, actionable advice you need to make your next move your best move.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Realty Rundown from the Nick Wyse team. I am Nick Wyse.
And I am Nathan Schwartz.
I always want to do that like the anchorman, be like, I am Nick Wyse.
You know what? That's a good idea.
And then we've already 5 seconds into the show and we're off.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, if you've been following us
right.
over the last few years, you know we like to have fun, but you've probably also noticed a theme that keeps coming up. It's a seller's market. It's a seller's market, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has been a seller's market for a long time. Well, today, I think we can finally say something a little different. It's not necessarily becoming a buyer's market, but it does appear the market is becoming a little more healthy, and a little more balanced. And honestly, I think that's good news for everybody.
Yeah, I would agree. So again, we've been talking about a seller's market for years. What's different now? Like, what are some of the key indicators here?
Yeah, so it's really a data shift. It might not feel like it, Nate. I know, as the buyer's agent, you might not feel like it's balancing all that much because it's still fairly hectic, but it's more data driven. So we're going to get into that a little bit. And again, this is not a crash by any means. This is not even a correction. It's more of a rebalancing. So looking across Indiana, we're seeing more homes come onto the market, buyers having more choices, and sellers adjusting to a more normal pace of market. That's really what we've been hoping to see.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of got ahead of myself here, but yeah, key indicators. I mean, what are we seeing here where buyers are truly gaining ground? Yeah,
so there's a few, and I know not everybody loves numbers the way that I do, but really it's just about more homes being available. So statewide inventory is up 13% over last year, which is a huge improvement. New listings themselves are up 5%, and then more homeowners are finally getting to decide or making that decision that, okay, it's time to make a move, which means buyers finally have a little breathing room. So homes are taking about 20 days to go under contract statewide. That's 3 days longer than last year. 3 days may not sound like much, but if you're buying a home, it can feel like an eternity compared to the craziness that we've experienced over the past few years.
Yep.
So, when I say craziness, I mean crazy. I like to talk about, back in like 2021. I'm old enough to remember those days, right? And a lot farther than that, unfortunately. But I mean, it was nuts. I'll never forget this one home that we had. My primary guys, investors that I work with, Brian and Scott. Shout out to you guys, and Rachel. Shout out to you guys. They had an amazing flip job they did on a home, and we had, I don't even remember how many offers. I think it was 27, if I remember right. To where I had to create like a chart, a color-coded chart. And we're like, okay, these are red for this reason. We're literally throwing those away. We don't even have time to like go over the rest of them because they had a term in there that we just can't deal with. It was nutso. And it was as a buyer's agent, Nate. I mean, I can tell you, if you didn't write an offer on the same day, that house was gone, and you had to wait inspections. I mean, you've dealt with some of that too.
I was gonna say, there's moments now where I'm like, whew, this is a lot to deal with, but like, I don't think it's even the full scope of what it was 4 years ago. I don't think it is.
Yeah. I mean, people were buying homes back then that they'd only seen on FaceTime, we're walking through and just doing video and stuff. And they're like, well, take it. And that's not a healthy market. A healthy market gives buyers time to think, time to negotiate, because they're making one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives, and they shouldn't feel rushed. And I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah. So buyers are gaining ground, if you insist. So on the other side, though, should sellers be worried?
Yeah, right. So that's the trade-off, right? Oh, no, like from a seller perspective. But no, I don't think so at all. In fact, this is one of the healthiest parts about the reports that we're getting, because homeowners are still building equity. So Indiana home values continue to appreciate and rise. Someone who bought a median-priced home back in 2020 has gained roughly $80,000 in equity on average. And someone who bought around 2015 has essentially seen that home value double. Nate, I bought my home about 2015. It's been a good run. It's been a good run, man.
Yeah, right. Well, even Joanna and I's first house in Goshen, if I can real quick, our first house in Goshen, like even she bought that back in 22, just before we met. And by the time we sold it, I mean, we had we had like 50K in equity in it already. Just by a couple years went by, all we did was put some flooring in it, repaint. That was it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's why I'm always like, people are like, is it a good time to buy? Yes. You live in America. It's a good time to buy.
Yep.
But now, again, we're seeing a situation where the return is to buyers having a little bit more negotiating power. And I think sellers are still in a very good position overall.
Yeah, and let's not forget that sellers turn right around and become buyers themselves. So the balance, I think, is good for everyone. And we've gone over the statewide picture. What's the local picture, Elkhart County?
Yeah, so I'm looking over these state numbers, and I'm like, it doesn't feel quite that way in Elkhart County, and I'm sure it doesn't feel that way to you.
Yep. Yep.
I think our local market continues to be really strong, and probably is still at this point a seller's market. Well, it is. But looking at the numbers compared to May, we've seen June sales jump 33%. From June to May, we're talking about 168 homes sold versus 224 in June. So a pretty significant jump to go 33%. Then median sales prices continue to climb from 276,000 to 291,000. But then the average days on market as well here locally has dropped from 32 days to 27 days on average to get your home from listed to sold.
Yep.
So pretty active June. And then looking year over year, year to date, as we say, compared to last year, sales are essentially even, but the total dollar volume is up almost 10%, about 9%. New listings have increased about 5%, which is one of the things we're talking about. We want to see more listings. We need to see more listings because that's what gives the buyers the bargaining power. Yep. But again, median home prices are up 12.5%, and homes are selling faster. So it's a very healthy local market. Now, I keep using the word healthy. I'd like to see a little bit more balance.
Yep, I would agree. So kind of switching gears here, I mean, someone who's actually looking at buying or selling in the near future, what should be their takeaway be?
Yeah. Just in short, if you take away one thing from this episode, for buyers, you're getting more choices, and we expect that to increase. More negotiating opportunities, just a little more time before making a decision. And then for sellers, pricing still matters so much. Presentation matters more than ever, I think. I'm seeing that a lot when there's maybe a home that doesn't always present that well, and it's not priced accordingly. We're seeing some huge drops. I just saw one the other day in Elkhart dropped $100,000.
Really?
And I still look at it and I'm like, it's still way overpriced. Hopefully that agent is not listening. You're like, that's my listing.
Yeah, right.
Overpriced. Sorry. And really, the condition of your home matters so much.
Yeah.
We did just pen one this weekend that was a little bit rougher, and it was priced really well. And it should have. We thought, Nate, I think you thought this too, that's probably going to get a whole bunch of offers. We got one, and okay, so one's all you need, right? I think a big reason for that was the condition. There was maybe some deferred maintenance on that home, we could say. But we've got a buyer out there who says that's okay. I'm willing to take it on. So the breakdown is, again, you can't just simply throw any number on your house and expect buyers to fight over it anymore. It's the best homes that are priced correctly that are still selling quickly. Yeah.
And I will say, as the team's buyer's agent, this is music to my ears. Healthy markets shouldn't heavily favor one side. I would love for my buyers to have more choices. And I think we're moving in the right direction because, there's moments. I mean, and I think even a couple of years back in 24, I know the summer of 24, there were moments where it's like, hey, I got to know, like by the end of the showing, like in 15 minutes, I got to know, do you want this house or not?
Yeah. Yep, man. I miss the times when it was a normal market. I hear people say all the time, like, isn't this great for you when stuff sells quick? Not really. I mean, yeah.
If I can interject, like, I mean, it's great for the sellers. Yeah, I mean, sure. But it's also like, you got to go at a moment's notice to go show this house because they have, 7 other showings on it and they have 3 offers. It's like, it can be a little rough on the family. You got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. I miss the time when I could comfortably tell a family, maybe this is their first house, they're a young family. Hey, take some time, take a day to think on it, pray on it. Make sure you don't have a nightmare on this home, and you wake up in the morning and be like, oh no, what have we done? Yeah. Make sure it's what you want to do. And sometimes that meant it took a lot longer for homes to sell, and you got to show people a lot more homes. I mean, I know you've had some experiences recently, Nate, where showing, one family, quite a few homes, no names, but we know exactly who we're thinking of. Yep. We love them very much, and it's fine. But that is a unique, situation. Most people have to make that decision really, really fast. So I'd love to see it just that return to normal. I think we're all ready for that. So, All right, guys. I think that's a wrap for our episode today. Went a little bit long, but not too bad. That's mostly me. I'm a chatty Cathy, but I really hope this has been informative for people. What's that, Nate?
I said we both can be. We're both chatty.
We have fun, man. We have fun. All right, guys. Well, if you're out and about this weekend, try to stay cool. Try to stay inside as much as you can. Put your K95 masks on or N95, whatever they are. If you got to go outside, it is super smoky.
Seriously.
Just breathe deep in the fresh air when it comes back, and be grateful for it when it comes back. All right, guys. Until then, remember, Nick knows.
And Nate knows.
That's right. And when you've got real estate questions, we've got your Wyse replies, guys. We will see you next time.
And that's a wrap on another episode. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you had as much fun as we did. We love sharing real estate insights, but as you can see, we also love to have a good time. This energy and passion is what we bring to every client. Buying or selling a home is a huge deal, but it doesn't have to be stressful. With the right team, it can even be fun. Ready to make your move? Let's connect.